I'm so excited about this tutorial that I am presenting to you guys. They were so fun to make. I want to make more. I want to make smaller ones as well. As you can see, these are, let me just hold one up, kind of the size of my hand. I did not trace my hand though. I drew my own hand. This one here is a little bit wider. This one was fashioned after my logo, my Creative Whims logo. I just basically took my logo and then I just lengthened this bottom part. So this one I put a little hanger on, and I have this hanging over in my work area over there. I love it. So this is one that is more traditional, how they used to make these, where they weave, they cut slits and weave the hearts in there. So I have instruction on how to do that. That was the first one that I made. And that one hangs, like I said. Now these two, I didn't want them to hang. Oh, I forgot to mention, on that first one, I also backed it with some black felt. So there's sticky felt that you can purchase on, I got mine on Amazon. I'll have links to all the supplies that I used so that you can make yours just like mine if you'd like. I quit putting the felt on the back for the other two. I would like to finish them that way, but I want to use red felt, which I just ordered today. So in a couple days I'll get that and I can finish these up. But the felt comes in a lot of different colors. There's burgundy, red, black, gray, white, a cream color, like a green, like a kind of a spring, not a spring green, like a grass green, all kinds of colors. So you should be able to find what works for you. This was the second one that I made that turned out to be my favorite one. And the way that tooling is coming out of the heart, it looks to me, it reminds me of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. It reminds me like of the flames that come out of the heart, if you're familiar with that symbol. So look at that scrapbook paper with the butterfly. So I fussy cut so that I get the butterfly, and then on the heart, I wanted that moon to show, and then I created like a little pocket to stick these in. So I have a link to where I purchased these. I'm not sure if she still has them. It was an Etsy shop. And then this was the last one I made. I wanted one to not be red, not to, you know, not to say that they all have to be a Valentine color, you know, so I wanted to do something a little bit different. So this one I used a polka dot paper. In my scrapbook pad was a couple pages in there that had different sayings, and I loved what this one said. And as you can see, it's gold, shiny gold. And all of the paper I used in this one, except for that dark brown heart, were all from a paper, what do you call it, scrapbooking pad. So I will link that as well. Hopefully you can get that online, or I bought mine at Joann's. It's a Park Lane. They do a lot of products with Park Lane. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this fun little thing that you can make for Valentine's Day. You can make these, like what I was going to say is making these smaller would be really cute if you have a Valentine's tree and you could have them hanging on the tree. Also smaller so that they would fit in an envelope to send to a friend. Or you can make them big like this and just hang around your work area, your studio, give them as gifts, what have you. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial. I really enjoyed making these and I can't wait to make more. First thing you want when you're gathering your supplies, if you have a nice selection of scrapbook paper, you may not need to buy any. I have a nice selection, but I didn't want to have to dig through the piles that I have. And I wanted just to have pinks and reds. So I had a doctor's appointment, and while I'm out, I'm like, I'm just going to go to Joann's and just get some things that to me say Valentine's Day or love. I love the combination of pinks and reds and creams and tans and, you know, these taupey colors. There's a lot to work with here. So I have a beautiful variety, I think, of, you know, the browns. This should not be over here. Just trying to give you like a, you know, fanning out of what I have here. So this pink is a little bit much for me. It's a little bit light. I want a more prim look. And then these have texture on them, polka dots. Love those. And then these, you know, this pink has hearts on it that kind of shimmer, so that's fun. There you go, you can kind of see it there. Love these colors together. So you don't have to make this for Valentine's. It doesn't have to be. Oh, here's some more that I missed. Didn't know those were under there. Here's a more burgundy color, which I don't know, but you know, I have options, let's put it that way. This is kind of cool. This one has a texture on it as well. I love textured paper. Then I went a little bonkers because they had these 50% off, and I thought some of these would be really pretty. So I mean, I don't know how many of these I'm gonna make. I think it would be really cool if you had, you know, a lot of people leave their Christmas tree up, like a small Christmas tree, and then they decorate it for the different holidays. Like January, they might have snowmen or snow items on there. And then February, they'll have, you know, love and hearts and all that. So you can, you know, use that for your decorating for February. But also these are fun to just gift to somebody. Look how cool that one is. It's kind of shimmery. I love that one with the butterflies. So I have so many options. It's probably going to make it kind of difficult for me to decide what I want to do. And then this one, Farmhouse Fresh. Yeah, it's so dangerous for me to go into Joann. If we had a Hobby Lobby on this side of town, I'd really be in trouble. But that's a good 20 to 25 minute drive. So I don't go there, but maybe a few times a year. But Joann's like 10 minutes from my house. And it's like right in my neighborhood where I, you know, run errands. So it just is easy to pop in there. You know, some of these little quotes would be cool if you know, made them into a heart, cut out a heart shape. I think that would be super cool. They're shimmery, that's fun. So anyway, here you go. This was my selection from Joann. I really like it. Look at this gorgeous one. I also use these for, like, I decoupage them on a piece of cradled board, and then I paint my angels over top, and then I sand. After I'm done painting the angel, I sand it so that some of these papers show through. So I love having tons of scrapbook paper and different ideas. Look at this brown with the pink and the white flowers. Oh, that would be, I'm gonna put that one out. That'd be so pretty for these heart and hands that we're doing. All right, so this is kind of cool. Look at that one. It's kind of vintage looking. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Ooh, like fabrics and papers with patterns like that. Oh, it's really addictive. Like, just look at these. Look at these. Fan this out again. Now that I've got that pulled out. Look how beautiful that is together. So pretty. So yeah, your papers are important. What you want to do. Now, I have 2 templates here for you that I drew, and it's included in your PDF. These are large, so feel free to shrink them down if you want to put them in the envelope and send them to somebody, or if you are putting them on like a tree, you probably wouldn't want them this large. So feel free to reduce them, enlarge them, whatever you want to do. I don't know that you'd want to enlarge them though. So here we go. This is what we're going to do. So when you trace out the hand, let's see. I'm going to trace out, a brown hand. Maybe this lighter brown. And we can do layers and layers. I'm going to show you different ways to do these heart and hands. And I want you to think outside the box. I want you to be creative, you know, think of things that you have that you know have laying around. If you do paper crafts, you probably have all kinds of things laying around. I don't know that that's going to show through. Okay, that is not going to work. So, let's see. If it was dark in here, it might show through. Okay, so, oh, by the way, I have this new light box, or light pad. I'm telling you what, this beats the one I had before, like, by a million times. This is the one I had before. This, you don't have to push it. You just touch it, barely touch it. Even if sometimes your paper touches it, it will turn off. Drove me nuts. Plus, there was no bright, well, yeah, you could brighten it. If you held it down, it got brighter. It was very finicky, though. And then the cord that went in it was just, it got, this part failed, let's put it that way. There was a short in it, and anyways, so I'm throwing that one away today. I got this one. It's called Image. It's a little bit thicker. What I really like about it is there is a ruler on it. It's in centimeters, so that kind of stinks, but okay, that really stinks. If that was in inches, this thing would be like perfect. What I love about it is that you have to push the button to turn it on. It's not like if I go over it, it's gonna mess with it. So you push it on, you can turn it down, or you can turn it up, the brightness. I also like that it's rechargeable. So once I have this fully charged, I don't know how long it stays charged on its own, but it's nice, like if you have to take it somewhere and you don't know if you're gonna have a plug, you know, just make sure it's charged before you take it, and it's all good. It also came with these magnets. So if you're trying to trace something and you want to hold your paper in place, you can use these magnets. They're strong magnets, just not real strong on this. But I thought that was a nice feature. I've never seen that before. But like I said, I don't see really a need to have to use those very often, but I'm keeping them just in case. Okay, so this isn't going to work with those dark papers. So what you want to do instead is use, I use this a lot when I'm transferring my images on to, you know, canvas or something for painting my angels. It's wax free. It's Seural transfer paper. It comes in different colors, as you can see here. I usually use the graphite, but they have white, blue, yellow, red. Super handy to have this on hand for all sorts of reasons. It's because when you need it, you need it. You know, one of those type of things. You might not think you'll ever use it, but man, it comes in handy. So what you want to do, I'm going to go ahead and put my old board down here and use it because it's a hard surface. So what I'm going to do, it has a dark side and a lighter side. Okay, the dark side is where the graphite is. So we're going to just lay that down. Here, let's turn it this way. Lay that down here. And then I'm going to, you know, I might turn it this way. Because if I do it this way, the graphite might show when I cut. So, bummer, I probably won't be able to see that either. All right. You know, problems one, problems two. All right, so I'm going to just trace this. I'm actually, when I do this, all I'm going to do, I'm not going to draw this or the heart. I'm just going to draw the outline of the hand. All right, how about that? That looks good. So basically this is the opposite of what I'm going to want. So I'm going to trace it on there. I'm going to cut it out, and then on this brown I'll cut it out and then flip it over, and that's the side we're going to use. So I don't want to waste any more of this paper than I have to, so I'm going to make sure that I have it on there like so. And then you want to use something that has a hard tip like an ink pen. Well, pressing hard. And I'm going to check this before I move on. There you go. Ta-da! I can see it. You probably won't be able to really see it, but it's there. Trust me. I'm going to use scissors to cut this out. Somewhere I do have an X-Acto knife type of thing that I just recently purchased. Yes, right here, this Fiskars knife. I'm going to keep that out because that will be handy for maybe other things I want to do. Alright, so I'm just cutting it out. Let's do this. Sometimes it helps to just do a rough cut, and then you don't have to deal with all that extra paper. Look how adorable. So this is the side that I traced on, and you can see some of the graphite. I don't know if you can really see it, but so this is the way we want the hand to be. You know, it's not perfectly symmetrical, you know, down here, but we could even bring this in. I mean, you can shape it however you want, okay? Don't feel like you have to do it exactly like I have it. Okay, now we are going to do the heart on a separate sheet of paper, obviously a different color. The first way I'm going to show you is kind of the traditional way. Where's my template? I keep moving stuff on myself. Is this the template for that one? What did I do? No. No. Okay, so this is my template. Now, what color do I want my heart? I'm going to assume I would want a red, don't you think? But we don't have to. We have all kinds of other options. Look how pretty that would be. I might be able to put this. I might use this for the bottom part. Let's put that one aside. I'm thinking maybe a I don't really like this one. That one, or I think it should be lighter so that it shows up better. I think I'm going to go with this one. No, those are the same. So then I'm going to go with this one. We're going to do the same for this. So I'm just going to trace that heart. I should make the heart bigger actually, but oh well, it's our first one. Let's just try this. I guess you don't have to reverse it. I didn't think of this. Yeah, for the heart you really don't have to reverse it. I think I'm just going to trace half of this heart. Okay. I want my heart to be kind of perfect for this application, so I'm just going to do half of it. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. I want to leave a bunch here, and then I'm going to fold it. So I'm just going to cut this out like this. Okay, so I just cut my piece of paper out like that. What I'm going to do is fold it on this line. Then I'm going to cut this that way. The only problem is, I guess, is that that fold is going to show. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, it would be handy to have a quilter's ruler, and I have this small one. This is very handy. It doesn't have to be the quilter's one, but it's nice to have one that's see-through. What we're gonna do is fold it back shut. You want to go halfway between here and here, so let's measure that. At its deepest point, it's about 1 inch. So we're going to draw a line a 1/2 inch in. And it's easy with these quilter rulers because you can just go like this. This is a 1/2 inch. Oh, I gotta go this far. Okay. So I'm going to draw a line right there. And this is the back. I closed it so that this is the back that I'm drawing on. So there is the 1/2. Now, I think I'm just going to do 1/4 inch lines. Okay, so every 1/4 inch, I'm going to make these lines. And I can only get 3 on this small heart. Okay, you can make a bigger heart if you want. All right, now we're going to take our fabulously cut out heart. We're going to place this, we want to place it upside down. What's going to happen is you're going to want to fold your paper hand. This is kind of tricky. You're going to want to fold your paper hand in half with the heart. Try not to fold the entire piece, but just fold it like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut on those lines from there to this point here. Okay, so I'm going to hold it together. Say a prayer. Just kidding. So I'm cutting that one. Ooh, this is not easy to cut. There's a lot of paper there. This might be better to do with a blade. I wish I had that other one open, but I don't. Well, I'm just going to continue with what I got here. I'm going to go, okay, so now we're done. Let's open it back up. Okay. Flip this around. Like this. And then start feeding them into the slots. So let's see. And then this one goes into this one. And then this one goes into this one. It's tricky. It's why it's good to be working with scrapbook paper, because it's thicker and it's not going to rip as easy as other papers. That goes in here. See how they're coming through? Just got to get that last one in there. I got it. Now just slide it down like that, and it holds it in there. Isn't that cool? I love that. You know, if you have a bigger heart, you know, a bigger heart that would come down here, you're going to have more of those slots. Also, the closer together your slots are, you know, it'll take on different looks. So you know, you can play around with it and figure out what's going to work for you. I think I'm going to, what do you think? Will that look good? And then put a red piece of paper across there. I don't know if I want that now. I'm afraid it might be too busy. Oh, I'm so fickle today. Wish I had something that had red in it. These are all very pastel-y, but... Okay, so I just had a thought. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a piece of red right here, and then I'm going to put these, I'm going to cut out these little shapes here and put red paper behind it so it shows. Wouldn't that look cool? If you don't have a cutting mat, even just a piece of chipboard or some sort of dense cardboard would work. For instance, like on the back of this watercolor, there's this hard cardboard. You can use something like that if you don't want to invest in one of these. But if you're going to be doing paper crafting, you're going to want something like this. So I'm going to flip my hand over. I'm just going to draw very simply these pieces that I'm going to cut out. So what I'm doing is I'm making them so that they line up to each of these points. Okay? This is where you're going to want to use your knife, not scissors. Yeah, buddy. And then I'm just going to cut these out. Oops. Wow. Patreon, if you're in my Patreon group and you're in tier 4, this tutorial is free for you. If you are watching this, or if you purchase a tutorial on my Gather Dream Create site, my Kajabi platform, then this isn't available to you. But in Patreon, I'm going to be giving away some of these. First of all, you get the tutorial for free, plus I'm going to give away the ones that I make. Not all of them, but some of them. Okay. I can see that this one needs a little bit of fixing right here. It's not pointed. Okay. When you're done with your blade, always put the blade in so that you don't cut yourself. Now, what I want to do is get that red paper back out. Is this the one I used? Yeah. So I'm just going to cut a piece so that it will show through here. So all I need to do is use a pencil. I don't like wasting paper, so I'm going to bring it up and over as far as I can, and then I'm just going to trace around the hand like that, and cut inside of the line that you just drew, just so that you don't have to worry about lining it up. Easy peasy. That looks nice, doesn't it? So I'm going to flip it over, and I am going to put some glue. I'll lay this down so I don't get glue on my mat. And then we're just going to put this over it. The glue will dry clear. Okay. So we have that on there. Now I just want to do, I think I'll do a wide band, and maybe I will use this. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use, I'm going to use I'm going to do a red band, thicker, and then I'll do a smaller band with this flower paper. So what I want to do here is, I'm going to think about this. I think I'm going to make the band, you just want to follow that curve. Okay, and then we just want to use our ruler and draw a straight line. Man, I set stuff down and then I cover it up, and it's like really annoying. You guys probably don't have problems like that, but I do. I think I'm going to do an, I don't know, an inch band. Let's see. If I put an inch band on there, that's too much. I'm going to do, let's do a 1/2 inch band. And I want my 1/2 inch band to be right, so see how this curve is in? Right here, I want it to be, let's just say something like that. And then we'll do a 1/2 inch. Here's a 1/2 inch. I'm just going to line it up to the edge of this. Going down here for my 1/2 inch. Now if that's a 1/2 inch, I'm going to want this to be, oh, I don't know, maybe 1/4 inch. So I'm going to cut this one out. Should have done it on the back. Since I did that on the front with my pencil, I just want to make sure that I cut off the pencil marks. I should have done it on the back, but I wasn't thinking. Again, you're watching me make this for the first time. But since it is just pencil, you can go and erase that off, the edges, just to clean it up a little bit. Okay, so let's make sure it fits first. So it goes about there. Okay, perfect. So now I want to do, we could just have a scallop border underneath. Ooh, that would be pretty. I don't know if you guys have any of these kind of scissors, but I have a whole box of these scissors that have different edges that will cut. Here's a nice scallop. Here's a small scallop. And it shows, so what, let's see what this says. It's called Provo Craft. I bought these though, I mean, a really long time ago. So I'm not sure if you can even get this set anymore. But, oh, that's pretty. I don't want anything super small and detailed because we're not working in a big area. So, let's see what we have. I just want your basic, I kind of like this one. Yeah, I forget how many scissors are in there, but there's a bunch. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, because when I put this on here, I thought, wow, that's up really high. So I think if I have this textured paper coming down here, I think that's going to look really good. Okay. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go over here. I got to flip this over. So if I'm going to work from the back, I need to work from the back of my red paper as well. I just want, let's think about this. I just want it to, so I want it to come down, I don't know, 1/4 inch. I'm just going to eyeball it. I don't need to measure this part. Okay, I'm just going to draw a line. So basically by drawing this line, oops, I know that I have to cut it above that. So let me just show you. So this is the size of this red piece. I want to cut it, the width, I want to cut it perfectly. I want it to go up under that, so I don't want to cut on this line. I want to cut above that line. See how I did that? I cut above the line because I want this to be tucked in underneath this one. Okay? Now I'm going to use this decorative edge, maybe. I don't have a big piece to hang on to. I probably should have cut this first. But let's just see if this works. I might have messed up by not, well, let's just see what happens. And then when you cut it again, you got to line it up. Let's see how that looks. So if I put that on there and I put that underneath, oh, it's not too shabby. It could be better, I'll be honest. I'm not even sure I like it. I kind of do. I don't know. I think I'm going to redo that. I think I might need a different paper that will actually complement it better, because the brown just hides into this brown. I love this paper, y'all. Somehow I'm going to use it. But I think there's better options. I really like this musical notes one. Something like that would really show up well. Let's try that one and see what happens. I don't think it matters that I'm doing it on the front, because of where I'm drawing the lines. And I need it to go past this. I'm going to actually go past my red, because I can, once I put it on here, I can always trim it, right? To fit, and I'd rather have it look perfect. So I'm going to, and I'm leaving a lot down here. Kind of look at your paper and say, okay, what's going to show? I want to make sure that some of these words and stuff show. So, and music notes. So I'm going to go up even a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to draw a line all the way across. And just know that this, okay, this is good. This is good, guys. So I hope you can see this. So again, here's my line. I want to go above it enough to be able to glue underneath my red piece. And again, I made it wider so that I don't have to worry about it being too small, because the other one was just a tad too short because it's flaring out, and I didn't accommodate for that. So now, plus I did it this way, and my scallops were going the wrong way, so maybe I have to do it this way. I want my scallops to come down. Okay, so now I'm going to come down quite a bit, I think. Let's see what we get. Oh, God, something just scared me. All right, let's do this. Okay, let's try this. I'm so excited. Again, I'm going to trim that off after I get this on here. This goes about here. And then this can go right there. Yeah, that's going to have to go up. Yeah, I need to cut more of that off. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these two pieces together. That looks so much better, doesn't it? With that light color. All right, so I'm going to glue these two pieces together. And I want to make sure it's straight. So let's glue them together. And use the back of this. Hopefully I did that right. I did. All right, now I'm going to put more glue on the back. On the whole piece. Like that. Okay, so as you can see, I'm gonna let that dry a little bit, but as you can see, it's hanging off. I can easily cut that with my scissors. I'm just gonna let that dry a little bit. My camera battery is about to die, so this is a good time to take a break, and I will be back. As you can see, there is some overhang here. It's hard to see with this white there, but see how it's hanging over the white? So I'm just going to go cut it. I think I'm actually going to use my knife. Just going to clean that edge up a little bit. Oh, jeepers. And clean this edge up. Boy, this thing is sharp. Oh, it looks good. Look how pretty that looks. I love that. So if you were giving this as a gift, you know, you could write their name on here. You could put to so-and-so from so-and-so. You know, you could decorate, you could put little heart, like if you have any little sticky, you know, heart jewels. You can decorate it however you want. I'm just giving you the basics of how to make. Let me put some white back down so that you can see it better. I'm just basically showing you how to make the heart and hand, okay? So this is heart and hand number 1. What I also want to show you how to do, so you can leave it like this, super basic. You could use a hole punch. This one happens to be heart shaped, which is totally adorable. And we could, oh, my Lanta, I can do this. There's actually some little hearts in there, little white hearts that I used to punch, so you could use those. But anyway, we're gonna punch a hole. Make sure you get it centered on that middle finger. Actually, let me do something different. Okay. If you're going to make this like an ornament or something that would hang, I would reinforce that with another piece of paper. Okay. So I have some scrap paper here. I'm just going to cut out a little piece. Hopefully that's wide enough. I'm going to glue that on there. Glue stick. You know, I'm terrible with this. Oh, here. I didn't put the cap back on, and it's laying over here. Here's the cap. I need to keep that cap right. I know where it's at. I'm going to glue this. Put some glue on this little puppy. All right. Let that dry for a second. Something else you can do, and I'll probably do one of these to show you, is this is felt, sticky felt, I guess you'd call it. What does it say? It doesn't say. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so rich. But you could trace your hand on this if you want a nice finish back, which maybe we'll do that. Ooh, I think I might want to do that. What I would do though, when I cut it out, I'm going to cut it smaller because I don't want any of this showing. But wouldn't that be pretty if you turn it over and it's this beautiful black felt? And they probably make it in red. All I have is the black because I want to do some stuff with my cross stitching and use the black felt. Anyway, keep in mind though, let's see. Yeah, so if you're going to cut it out of here, I'm going to go ahead and trace it. While that little piece of red is drying, I might as well go ahead and trace this on here, don't you think? And I don't want to waste any. I wonder if I can go this way. Nope, not big enough. In your PDF, it will have all the supplies listed with links where you can buy them. So I buy a lot of things on Amazon. It just, you know, it just makes it easier when you want to go back to buy more. It's easy if you get the wrong thing and you want to return it. I like using Amazon, especially for all these kind of little craft things that you know you're going to use a lot or you're going to want to purchase again. Like this felt. So this is a nice way to keep it from bending or getting damaged. The felt is going to help stiffen this paper, you know. You can get as fancy, you can be as basic. You know, this isn't rocket science. It's just be creative. Think outside the box. You don't have to do exactly what I do. I have to say, though, you don't have to get a whole set of those scissors to make the scallop edges, but that sure is a nice touch. I would at least get one pair, you know, of those. So again, like I said, I'm going to cut inside of the line because I don't want any of this to show. So let me do that real quick. So I'm just going to hold that up to it and see if any of that shows, which it does over here on the finger, on that little finger. This little finger here. Now, I gotta be really careful when I go to stick this on, because if I have it too crooked, it's not going to look good. You might be wondering why I'm doing this off the cuff, and like I didn't make a few of these to get good at it before I show you. Because I want you to know I'm not an expert. I want you to know that I make mistakes as well as you. I want you to see my thought process as I go through this. I'm not one of those teachers that acts like they know everything. Because I definitely don't. You are learning right along with me, and I kind of like that way of teaching. That makes me nervous. I wonder if I should start with, maybe I should start with the fingers first. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so nervous it's not going to line up correctly. If it doesn't, I guess I can just trim it all. I have scissors, right? And I have a knife, so there should not be nothing to be afraid of. That looks better. Oh yeah, going from the back was much easier, I think. I haven't turned it over yet. Not too shabby. I have a little trimming to do. I'm going to see if my hole punch will go through all of these layers, and I'm afraid that it just might not. The heart will be upside down if I do it this way, but there's no other way to do it. So the hole is going to be about right here, but we want it to be in the center. Here goes nothing. Oh, it went through all of it. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I have a little hole there. Oh, now you can see it much better. And I'm going to use, I don't know, I have this, which matches really nicely. Let's just see if this will work. This I bought at Factory Direct Craft. This is not working because it's too stiff. So, bye-bye. It just didn't work for this application. I'm going to use just some embroidery floss because it's thinner and it will be able to hang better, I think. So let's just try this. It doesn't want to hang. It doesn't want to lay nicely. Like when it's hanging, it wants to, because that other stuff is so stiff, it wants to turn it sideways, and it's just not practical. So I'm just doing this. You can make it as long or as short as you want as far as what you're going to hang it with. I bet it will hang a lot nicer now because this is so flimsy. And I just got a red floss. This is Valdani. It can be DMC, whatever you have on hand. Let's try that now. Alrighty, I'm making Heart and Hand number 2. This one, I am not going to use that velvet backing until I can get some red velvet backing. The black, I mean, it's beautiful and it works nicely, but I'm going to order some red and I'll probably make one with that when it comes in. So this one's just going to be a plain Heart and Hand. This one is a little bit longer than this one. Oh, not by much. So this was the template I used the first time. This is the one I'm going to use now. I think what I'm going to do, you can print these off as many times as you'd like, right? The problem with using this graphite paper on here, if I lay my hand on this, it's going to get on here. So I really do think it's best to work from the back. So that, or you could cut this out. Let me just show you this way. So I showed you the other way where you use the graphite paper, you flip this over. Like, actually, if you were gonna do it, if you know you're gonna work from the back, then when you print the heart and hand, print it backwards. So that way you don't have to trace it like I did, you know, because I had, like, here is what printed. I had to turn it over and trace it. If you print it backwards, then you're good to go. But what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to try something different, because, you know, I'm all about trying different ways of doing the same thing. So I'm going to cut this out, and then it'll be my template. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to trace it on here. And then I get to cut it out again. I'm stoked. But now I can have this as my template if I'm making more than one. I'm just using this paper, or this pencil. My favorite pencil. These are the pencils I use for my sketching in my sketchbook. I'll have them listed in your supply list, but you don't have to use this kind of pencil. I just like to not have to sharpen a pencil. Okay. I'm keeping this so I don't have to continue cut or do this again. I'm going to cut it out again. So I'm going to put it where I won't lose it, right behind me. So when I can't find it later, please tell me it's right behind me. So let me just show you this pencil. Sorry, it's called a Twist Erase Pentel. I buy these when I'm at Staples or whatever. You can get them online as well. So the Twist Erase means you twist it and the eraser comes out. You can buy those refill erasers. This is a 0.9. I like the 0.9 better than the point. They have a 0.5, 0.7, 0.9. I don't mind the 0.7. I don't like the 0.5 because the lead is so thin it breaks all the time. The 0.9 I find is best for my purposes because the lead is stronger, it's thicker, and it works great. So if you have to add more lead, you just pull that off, fill up that cylinder there with more pieces of lead, and the lead lasts a long time. It's really my go-to. His pencil has been my go-to pencil for many, many years. All right, so I'm going to cut around this just kind of haphazardly, just so that I can get rid of all this excess paper. Your base paper, whoa, I just about cut the pinky right off. Your base paper, you want to make sure it's a fairly thick paper, scrapbook paper. So when you buy scrapbook paper, I'm sure you already know this, definitely you do if you're a paper crafter, but there's thicker ones, like this is fairly thick, and then this one is thinner. So you're going to want, see how this one is, just falls right down. This one, it's thicker. You can just feel the difference. You're going to want your base to be a thicker paper. So when you're shopping, I think it's best to actually go to Joann, Michaels, Hobby Lobby, wherever you are going to go, and it's best to go there and actually feel the paper so that you make sure you're getting some that are thicker. So what's nice about the way I just did that is that you don't have to have a light box that way. It's one less thing, you know, you have to get if you don't already have one. All right, we have a red hand, which means, so I would like to make a little pocket. So I'm going to make a little collar here. I might put a whole different, I don't know, I got to see what I have in here. I really like that butterfly one. And I could fussy cut that butterfly to fit right there. I'm going to try that and see if I like it. So what I mean by fussy cut is, so I'm going to have to choose one that's more in the center. I'm going to place that so that the butterfly is going to be right there. All right, now, again, take your pencil, and I want to do it right to kind of where that joint is. Whoops. Okay. This one's called Mystical Magic by Park Lane. Now this one, because it's going to go on top of that, we want to make sure to kind of cut outside that line, so it's or right on the line. Well, actually on the line would be good. You don't want to go inside the line because you want it to be, you want it to cover all the red. If you go inside the line and make it too small, you'll have to redo it. Just okay, again, with my pencil eraser, I'm going to erase the edges where there's some pencil marks. Okay, so my butterfly is showing. I really like butterflies and moths. I could bring it up higher. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So I could bring it up higher so that we can see the red scallop. Ooh, I like that option. So I need to trim more of this off. I'm going to trim some of this off. I really like that. So see, just playing around, and I'm finding cool things to do. And it's a little bit wider here, which I don't mind that, because it's like a collar or a cuff or something. So if it's bigger than your wrist, that's fine. Let's glue that puppy on there. I really think that's cute. Okay. Now if you don't want it hanging over, you could trim it. As you can see in the back, you could trim that white, but I kind of like it being a little bit bigger. Okay, now if I want to make a heart pocket, I'm going to make the pocket, I'm going to try, I don't even know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try to make the pocket and then put it on here. I don't want to try to put it on here as I'm making it, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to get a dark brown. I really love brown and red together, can you tell? So isn't that pretty? It matches that. Ooh, I might have to keep that aside in case I need it for something. It could be the pocket. Okay, so I'm thinking, this is my thought, to make the heart. Wow, it's textured on both sides. No, it's more textured over here. Okay, usually where the writing is, or the what do you call them? UPC code? whatever, barcode. That's usually telling you which side is up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the heart. Where's my pattern? Behind me. I think I'm going to cut this heart out and I can use it as a template. With that being said, I'm going to use my knife. Ta-da! So I want to keep both of these. I'm trying to think how this is going to work. So I think what I want to do for this, I'm going to make the heart bigger for this, so this is going to be like the back of the pocket, okay? It's going to be the flat part of the pocket. Then I'm going to cut one out this size and kind of make it so that it's just glued around the edges. So let's just try it. We shall see if it works or not. It may not. I have this cute idea, but I don't know if it'll work. So I'm just going to draw like maybe 1/4 of an inch bigger around this heart. I'm going to hold that up and hopefully you'll be able to see it so that you can see maybe the graphite. Yep. So I just held my heart in place and then I drew with my pencil about 1/4 of an inch all the way around it. Now I'm going to cut that out. Right. There's the base of my pocket. Okay. Now, and this dark brown is going to look really good on there. Oh yes, beautiful. I do want to put a little cuff here too, but, or a little, I don't know what you call it. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to pick out a paper. I think I'm going to use the same paper as that so that it matches. But I want this one. So just take the heart. This is really thick paper, so this might not work, but we shall see. There's a moon right there. Let's do the moon. I like the moon, let's see, to be centered. That might work. I'm not sure how I'm going to glue this on, because to make it a pocket, it's going to have to be kind of pooched open a little bit, you know, like, I don't know, and I don't know if that glue is appropriate. Maybe I should use hot glue. I don't know. This might not work. Well, here's the thing. See, okay, I wanted to make a little poochy pocket because I wanted to put some like flowers coming out, like some dried flowers coming out. If I can't figure out how to do that with this stiff paper, like if you used fabric, it would work. So there's another option. But I think what I could do, if I can't get that to work, oh, I like that. So look, it's got a little moon on it. It's really cute. Again, go around the edges and get rid of any of the pencil marks. So again, my goal, oh, that's so pretty, even just like that. My goal is to make this so that it's pooched out a bit, but I don't know how you would then glue just those edges. hot glue I wouldn't want to use because it would show. Gal, you know, you could sew it with your sewing machine. I have sewn on paper before. And you could just stitch it right along here, right along these edges. Probably up to about the widest part of the heart right there, and you could have a little pocket. That's really a cute idea. Okay, well, I'm not getting my sewing machine out to do that right now because I don't have time right now. My husband should be home soon. So, God, how cute would that be, though? I think I might just, let's just try it. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work with the glue? Fine, then I'll just make it flat. I'm just going to put the glue around the edges and see what happens. Not really pooched. It's pooched a little bit. So you can see that it's opened a little bit in there. I mean, it's possible I could but it's definitely open enough that you could slip a little note in there. That's super fun. So we're going to put this here. I think I'm going to use that brown and make just a little collar there. So I'm just going to cut it. Wait. I want to keep this. I'm going to put it back here with my hand. Maybe I will do this. Perfect. All right, I'm going to glue that on now. I'm going to glue the heart on, and then this one's almost done. I'm not going to make this one that hangs because I don't want to. That's all you need to know, right? I love that. I really love that. This we want to have glue on all of it. Eyeball it. A lot of this is just eyeballing it. Alright. Oh, it's so pretty. Here's our second heart in hand. I think it's really pretty. I kind of like it better than the first. All these little pieces of paper drive me crazy. Short trip. So I have this. And I have this. Now this is Tim Holtz Ideology. It's a little bouquet. This I got on Etsy. I'm not sure where. I kind of like this. Let me just get this open and see. This is what I had in my head to put in the pocket. So let me just pull one of these. Look how cute this came. I mean, it's just adorable. I was buying this, but I got this with it. So sweet. So these just are twisted together. I thought about just having that coming out of there. Maybe a couple of them. Oh, now they're all coming apart. Maybe just twist these two together a little bit. And I've got my wire cutters right here. I don't know. I don't know if I like it. Won't know till I try it. Slide that down in the pocket, hopefully, without taking the whole heart out. Oh my gosh, how cute! This looks cooler than I even imagined. You guys, look how cute. I'm gonna have to find that Etsy shop for you. I don't know, I think they hand make all this stuff. I bought some really cool things from them, but I know I can go into Etsy and find them and let you know. I don't know what I love about that, but I love it. Something like this would be really cute. You know, I don't know. I'm saving it, obviously. I save all that kind of cool stuff. I thought this was a little bit too white. I like this more antique-y look. So, isn't that pretty? With the butterfly, the moon. This almost reminds me of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, where it usually has like flames coming out. I don't know, it's just so cool. And I love it. Okay, I just want to talk real quick about these two. I have to say that I like the look of this one better, the shape of the hand. I gave you two because this one was actually fashioned more after my logo. But this one to me looks more, the second one I made to me looks more like the folk art kind of look I'm going for. So I am going to go ahead and give you both because it's fun to have different shaped ones. But what I like about this one is how it cuts in more. I might, like when you do this one, you could have this come in more like this. You know what I'm saying? You can even have it go like this. There you go. So something like that, I think it would look better, to be honest. I just think it's too wide. It's still very cute. So this whole cutting thing and then weaving it in, like I said, that's very like an old-fashioned way of making them. But I really like layering and making the pocket. Even if you didn't make the pocket, I like the layering part of it better than the weaving. So anyway, I do like this velvet back. I think that's a nice, oh, it's a very nice touch. If you're going to give it as a gift or something, it's kind of nice to have it finished on the back. And then again, on this one, remember we went over it a little bit, but from the front, it just looks so good. And, you know, using that glue makes everything a little bit more stiff. It's just awesome. But what you could do is You could, if you want it to be more finished on the back, I'm not going to do it for this one, but you could even go back to your paper, get a coordinating one like this little, this one's got like little, just little plus signs on it. And you would remember you're going to want to go on the back. So you could take this piece of paper, trace your hand on the back, and then glue it to finish it off. Like if I decide to give this to somebody, I would definitely finish the back. If you're just making them for yourself to put on the wall or, you know, what have you, then I think it's fine the way it is. I think they're so pretty. And they're so very different. You know, the red one, I love this one. I like this one, but this one I love. I was really excited when I got this one done. The things I don't like about it is that, you know, some of this black felt is showing around there. It's not horrible, but it's not as smooth a finish as I would like. I really love this scallop edge down here. I think that's cool. These little cutouts through here. It's very cute. But, ooh. See? That's the thing. This was my very first one. I learned a lot from that one. And then I made this one, and I like this one better. Happy creating. If I make any more of these, I will definitely share them with you. But I could end the tutorial here, and you have plenty to go on. But we shall see. I'm back. All right, I have an idea. I love the shape of this one. I'm going to do this one again. I have seen them where the hearts are bigger than this. I want to make it so that I want to get this one, Make Today Amazing. I want to make that into a heart. Or, you know, I want to cut that out. Maybe this one. I just need a little bit bigger heart. So let's figure this out, y'all. This is small enough. I think I can work with it. These are all the same. Yep. At least I have two in case I mess it up. So I'm going to want to make a heart. I'm going to see if I can just draw right on here. And then I can just, yeah, let's see. You guys, I'm just off the cuff. Let's go straight down and make this. All right, so let's cut that out. Cut it out. I want to have some little. So, let's try. Oh, let me grab a piece of paper now. Oh wait, I think I have some. So let's do. Alright, so I have my template now. So basically, if you draw half a heart, half of the heart, fold it in half, and then cut on that half heart, then you'll have a whole heart that is perfectly symmetrical. Well, maybe not perfectly, but you know what I mean. Oh, it's not big enough. Well, I'm going to fudge it. I don't know if you can see that, but the heart is hanging over the edge of that paper just a little bit too much, but I think it'll be okay. I can probably fudge that. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I got it to work. Woohoo! I'm gonna keep this template too. I think I'm gonna make an envelope that says Heart and Hand templates, and I'm gonna keep all of that together. Little bits of paper. Get out. So I know it's hard for you to see it, but there it is. It says Make Today Amazing. I love that. Okay, so that is my heart for the next Heart and Hand. I forget, what color was I gonna do? I haven't picked that out yet, that's right. I was looking through this one, Farmhouse Fresh, and I was looking for, I don't know, I'd like a dark. I don't think there's really anything dark in here. These are more nice accent colors. That's pretty. I was going to do like a blue, like no red. I was going to do like a brown blue. Maybe I'll make the hand out of this. Why not? If I don't like it, I'll cut something else out. It's still going to actually fit on there, so that's cool. Bits and bobs, get them out of here. Get rid of my, I don't need that. Okay. Eraser. Here's my pencil. Always remember to go around and get all that pencil marks off. Maybe you're a better cutter than me. Oh, I just bent the poor little finger. I mean, you could do that and be done. It's cute that way too. But we're gonna duff this up a bit. Just a wee bit. Alright, so let's look back through this. My battery's about to die. I wish these batteries in my camera would last longer. It's so annoying. I wanted to use blue, so let's find some. Oh yeah, I found something up here. I like this. How does that look together? That is very romantic. If I'm going to put this down here, I want to make sure to get, you know, some pretty flowers in there. Yeah. Very like Victorian, romantic. Not that I decorate, but I am very prim. My house is rusty, crusty, maybe not rusty, but chippy paint, layers of paint on like the furniture, just more prim style. But I can appreciate how elegant this one's going to look. And I love brown and blue together. Brown and red, brown and blue. Okay. So I'm going to glue that on like that. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to make, oh I want a dark brown. I'm probably going to use that same dark brown. Jeez, I was trying to make this really different than that last one. But that dark brown there, and then with the dark brown cuff. But I was thinking about using one of those scissors to make the cuff this time. This is the one I'm going to use this time. Alright, so again, it's nice when you have a dark paper to have a light background. Well, a light color, because I can see that this needs to be trimmed. If you have a light paper, if you have a dark matte or something, you can kind of see that things might need to be rounded or trimmed up a little bit. Now this one I'm not making a pocket or anything, so I'm just going to glue that on there. And I'm going to glue that on there. So let's do this one first. Alright, so I saw something in here that I thought might be cool. This little gingham, this little blue gingham, I think might be cool. Jeez, hello. Where was it? Right here. I don't know, what do you think? And that could be the cuff. And it would be easy to cut. Yes, please. Oh, I love that so much. I wonder if I could just fold it to the back. Oh my gosh, you can just fold it to the back. Look how cute that one is. This is seriously fun stuff, you guys. It's so fun to make stuff. Oh, it's so cute. This one is really pretty. I made that one in about a half an hour. The first one took me a long time. Well, the first one also, I didn't have all the supplies I needed right in front of me, and I was looking for stuff, and it was wasting time. Let me put a dark background on behind this one. I don't really like the red, but look how pretty that one is. And it says, whoops, make today amazing. Isn't it pretty? I love it. So here we have it. Our three hands. This other one I have hanging behind me. Aren't they lovely? And they're all so different from one another. So pretty. So I think I'm going to end here. But when you make yours, just keep in mind that there's no rules. Do what you want. Again, you don't have to do this. I wanted to start out with this weave thing because that's, like I said, kind of an old-fashioned way. But I think this one still is my favorite. But I really do love all of them. They're all very unique. So thank you for watching, and I really do hope that you take the time to make some of these. Again, you know, look for quotes and things that you can use that would make it great for gifting. And have fun with it. Be creative. Think outside the box. I hope you enjoy making these as much as I did. See you in the next one. Bye.